Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producers here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
A couple things. Tom and Dan Cruise 2024. If you want to book our cruise in September.
Give us a little bit of time to email you back and get at you. But yeah, if you have communicated with us, we will get a hold of you, and we would love nothing more than for you to participate and come on our cruise. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Also, the Smash Beer Fest is this weekend, February 17th. So you can go to flsmash.com. All proceeds go to charity. And we got the Leap Day Sapo tournament at Hourglass Brewing in Longwood, Thursday, February 29th, Leap Day. So if you want to come out and play Sapo, all ages are welcome.
Yeah,
you can bring your kids if you
fun.
want.
Yeah, bring everybody. Old school, like European pub style. Like, just stop by and hang out with us, man.
I don't care if your kids drink beer.
You can do whatever you want.
You're the parent.
Yeah. I mean, you can smoke a joint in your car with your children before you walk in. That's none of my business.
Oh, Hourglass said they do not want us
No,
to
they
say.
do not.
Okay. What about my
They
part
said
about
they
the smoking
will
the weed?
be shut down, and the government
What about
will
my
shut
part?
them down.
What about my part about smoking the weed with your kids
We're
in
losing
the
a
car?
lot of sponsors again.
You can do that, right? I think you could do that.
I don't care if you smoke weed.
I
with
don't know
your
about
kids.
you guys, but I smoke. I don't smoke it, but
Dave Chappelle does it.
I smell weed everywhere. There's not.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go outside and not smell weed everywhere.
Oh, it is.
When you're
everywhere.
driving,
People are just smoking blunts left
Everywhere.
and right in
Yeah,
traffic. Yeah.
Aren't you too like? If I smoked a blunt while I was driving, I will be too high to drive.
Yes, I
Like,
can't
know,
do it.
that's
like,
severe.
Smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
Like
But people have different.
Like,
but
to
you
your
smell
head,
it
to
everywhere.
yourself.
It's everywhere.
Like you're a whole blunt. Like you'll be insanely high.
It's
right?
anywhere
maybe
I
that
go.
just makes them even, bro.
If I'm driving down one of the most populated roads here in Orlando, Colonial, driving down Colonial, smells like weed. Go inside a hospital, smells like weed. Head shop smells like weed. Any restaurant smells like weed. Every bathroom smells like weed because people get up, including myself, excuse themselves to the restroom. You go in the handicap stall. You sit down like you're pooping. You blow. You toot, 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 toot. You hold it in, and then
The
as
biggest exhale.
well, as you're walking out, what I like to do is there's two moves. You can either blow it behind you and walk away fast, like that's not mine, or you can blow it down. I like to blow it down my shirt so it'll blow out the leg holes of my.
No, you gotta
pants.
blow it in the toilet and flush. Everyone knows.
I've never
flush
done
your
that.
Yes.
ghost
you
down
the
flush
toilet.
the ghost.
Does
Flush
that
the
work?
ghost. Yes.
Hold on a second. I never knew that. So I lift the seats up, and then
You don't even have to lift the. Oh well, yes. If the full
I want more
yeah.
room, yeah. And then so I blow my ghost into the toilet gently or hard.
Hard.
Okay, oh my God.
Do you blow?
And you gotta have a small, what is it, embouchure?
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? She's absolutely correct. Embouchure. Yeah, you are absolutely correct.
So you
Right to the flush hole.
Sam got the technology.
Flush that ghost.
So you trumpet blow it towards the flush hole,
Yeah.
but then do you
Dizzy Gillespie,
Do you-
straight down the hole.
do you flush while you're blowing
That's-
it? So-
Yes, absolutely.
and then
That's
you
my
so
question.
you blow the, rest out.
the
of,
vortex sucks the
yeah,
ghost
and you
out.
go,
It's just like Ghostbusters, guys.
If you blow it,
It's called
and
ghost
if-
flushers.
I think if you blow it and then flush, it's already coming back out.
Exactly, 100%,
You have to
yes.
like flush
Then
blow.
blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one
While it
motion.
sucks.
It's like this. It's
Right.
like, whoo.
But then
It's
if you
a
don't
woo.
if you don't get it all out while it gurgles back, and then it's gonna start
Yeah.
coming, you're like, oh my God.
Sometimes I don't get it all out when I'm walking back to.
That's why you gotta go hard and fast.
Well, I'm walking back to the table at Applebee's, and Andrea and Maisie are sitting there, and I have a little bit left, so I have to then I blow it into my Diet Pepsi. Like, hard.
What if you go to the
Look,
sink?
the chat knows. They've done it.
All right.
God, how am I so behind on this?
Come on, guys.
What if you blow it down the sinkhole?
No, there's no vortex to suck it down.
I got
Oh,
another
okay.
one. I got another one. You don't want the whole idea is to not let people see your ghost, right? We're blowing ghosts.
Or smell, yeah.
Yeah, or smell your ghost. So what you do is you go up to the eliminator, whatever that huge monstrosity of an air drying machine. Isn't it called the eliminator, the Excalibur?
Yeah, Excalibur. I
Yeah,
think,
it's called like the rectifier or something. Like it's it's got a very aggressive name. It's like the rectifier. So go up to the rectifier after you've tooted in the handicap stall. Put your hands under it as that thing's blowing out 109-mile-an-hour air. Blow your ghost into it.
that'll
No,
fill
I
the
think it'll
whole
disperse.
room.
It'll just say, yes, Tom said it. I think it'll disperse.
And then you say, what the hell? This thing's
yeah, I was
it's
thinking
blowing-
smoking. Back up, back up.
It's gonna blow.
It's
Get
blowing
it?
weed smoke out of it. Then everybody runs
There's a
over.
little ghost smoking weed in that little blow machine.
There's weed in this thing.
It's a weed machine.
I want to buy one of those for the studio, but, with, shaking out 2024, I don't know where the
we're
budget
losing
is.
a lot of money. We
Yeah, I
got a
don't know.
smaller budget
I don't
this year.
know. I was actually thinking
Yeah.
of going green. I'm trying to get the studio to go green.
All right.
A lot of the new technology I've been implementing around here is cutting costs. A lot of LED lighting.
All right.
And we're actually going. I think we're going paperless in the bathroom.
Oh, paperless.
We're going paperless.
Oh.
We're doing bidet and rectifier.
And the infinity towel that you like so much.
I love the infinity towel. Everybody else says
even
it's
know
straight
what that
disgusting
is.
because it is a real towel that you can wipe your boogers on and then it just goes in. Goes back in.
What?
It's like a towel on a
Cloth towel.
like that's basically on a roll, and then as you pull it, it rolls back through
You're
the
too
machine.
young for this.
We've talked about it on
It's
the
an
show.
old product.
But yeah.
Sam,
So you
before
dry
the-
your hands on
yeah.
the towel, then you pull it, and then it circulates back through the machine, and the
Does it-
machine cleans it.
How does it clean?
I don't think it cleans it.
It runs
bro.
it through some brushes. You know.
Yeah, some brushes to wipe the boogers
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it cleans it. It was a white towel with like red and blue marks on it. And it was a machine, and it was a cloth towel that hung in the machine. Yeah, and you'd pull it, and you'd dry your hands on it, and then it would go back in the machine.
Yeah. And I guess the machine maybe dries it, but yeah, it's gross.
It's
you know?
really
Yeah.
gross. It's especially when you because when I was using it as a kid, it wasn't gross because I didn't know about all the secretions in the body.
Yeah.
When you know of all the secretions in the body, it changes the play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
when you're a more simple human, like as a boy, I only have three things that come out of me. 4: spit, pee
Yeah,
pee,
yeah.
poo poo, boogers. That's it.
Yeah.
You got the 4, the big 4.
Mm.
And then, but as you get older, you start realizing other things, and then that's where it starts
yeah.
to take a real shift.
Yeah, then you're like, people are wiping their hands on this, and you know, yeah, it gets
people are
gross.
doing horrible things here.
So Sam, before we started, told me about the Jesus Stingray. That was.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a stingray in what aquarium?
So it's a aquarium in North Carolina. It is the Aquarium and Shark Lab on Main Street in downtown Hendersonville. So it's
The old
basically like
Main
a
Street
retail
Shark
shop.
Lab.
It's like a retail shop, and it's in like a window, right? And it's an aquarium with no male stingrays at all.
Okay.
But somehow one of the female stingrays in this aquarium got pregnant, and it has 4 pups that are about to be birthed in 2 weeks. And they are trying to figure out how this stingray got pregnant. And when researching, when they were, checking to see, because they saw that she had some, it looked like a growth or something. They're like, wow, what's going on with her? They checked her, found out that she's pregnant.
I do that at Walmart when I see people. I'm like, you have a growth on your stomach. They're like, I'm pregnant.
And when they checked to see that she was pregnant, they also found shark bite marks around her, and they were saying that is how these particular sharks actually mate. So they're wondering if this shark mated with this stingray, or if in some other science anomaly, this stingray just manifested these eggs on her own.
It was a lot cooler, again, not to go back to like when I was a more simple human, but as a young boy, I used to think that, if a fox slept with a horse, you'd get a fox horse. It was an easier way to live.
I'm pretty sure. I now you guys know I'm not an expert, a biologist.
No, we are sure of that. We are positive of that.
But I'm pretty sure that different animal species cannot breed with each other. That does not exist. Now,
Right.
that a horse and a donkey can produce a mule, which
Right.
is a mule.
It's a variation, right?
Yeah,
Just like there are many dogs that are canines that
dogs can
spread their dominant traits throughout and creating different hybrids or
Yeah,
variations
different
of the
breeds
dog.
of dog.
Yeah, all we
can-
are different variations of humans,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Me being the more
Yeah.
horrifyingly weaker side of
Yeah.
humans.
But a dog and a cat can't. That doesn't work.
But the show Cat Dog on Nickelodeon was one of the best cartoons, right there with Rocco's Modern Life.
Now,
Not Rotto's.
I also know that from the movie Jurassic Park that there are some frog species that can
Yes.
switch genders.
Well,
which
it's
my
a-
pop
it's-
up
it's
was
a
very
type of
mad about.
asexual-
All of those frogs have blue hair.
They, them.
Yeah.
A type of asexual reproduction in which offspring develop from unfertilized eggs can happen without a genetic contribution by a male. It usually occurs in some insects, fish, amphibians, birds, and reptiles, but not mammals. Documented examples have included California condors, Komodo dragons, and yellow-bellied water snakes. A research scientist in the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, who is not involved with this particular aquarium, said that this is the only documented example that she's aware of this species, the round stingray, of it ever happening. But she says she's not shocked. Other kinds of sharks, skates, and rays, a trio of animals often grouped together, have had these kind of pregnancies in human care. So they're believing that she did this on her own and that the shark had nothing to do with it. But we will see in a couple weeks.
So what's interesting is the biology of reproduction, right? You need like this. It's
absolutely fascinating.
But this happens with all life, where it's like the female, you need the seed, right? You got an egg and a seed. It's the same thing with like even It's funny because when I was messing with my plants a lot more, like you start learning how to pollinate plants.
Yeah.
And then you're
taught
like,
me how to do that.
and then just like, oh, it's exactly, like you take the flower that looks like the D. And then you
rub it on
the
the thing that looks like the pig.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then you're like, oh, it works this way with everything.
Yeah.
And,
Plant pervert.
so I wonder how the hell an animal can create the seed from its own body from nothing.
It says these animals do not clone themselves. Instead, a female's egg fuses with another cell, triggers cell division, and leads to the creation of an embryo. The cell that fuses with the egg is known as a polar body. They are produced when a female is creating an egg, but usually aren't used.
Huh.
Damn. God, if human women started doing that, our days are numbered.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. There would be no need for. We've said this.
They just create the thing, and they'd be like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
You are disgusting.
Yeah. They would need to use robots to help them enslave us because we're stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But actually,
I'm not.
I'm saying
I might choose to work with the ladies. Can I choose?
You can, but you'll
when in the great rise up. How would
But we'll be real mad
at me?
Yeah, because you're a traitor.
But I'm a demigod. Like literally, they put me because I've defected. Yes, did I sell my soul? Yes. You could make that argument, but you could also make your argument I played the smartest hand I had, and I made myself infinitely powerful within the female organization, right?
No,
because I think like you guys.
They'll whip you.
No, they'll use me because I think like you guys. Purely, they will use me. I will become. It'll be like Why the Last Man. Like they will use me because I will have the horniness, the stupidity. I say the dumb things, the misogyny, right? I have all the things inside of me, and they'll weaponize me. Yeah, but they'll use me to know your every move. Anything you go to do, they'll just ask me, and they're going to do this, and they'll be like, "Uncanny, he was right again." That's how it'll go.
Anyway, and I'm sure they're using this now. They could just have use this as publicity for their aquarium, right?
I kind of think like everything's that now, right?
So people like visit and see the stingray that
it's like a piece of bread with Jesus's face toasted into it.
Yeah.
It's like, and plus it's harmless because you said, we don't know how she got pregnant. Well, I mean, we do. It was a stingray, and you do too. You're lying because you want people to go to your stupid Main Street aquarium. There's a lot of people, like, it's not a lie, but you're just, like, not telling us the truth because you want publicity. Because it is so hard to get publicity in an endless sea of delusion.
Yeah. And for an aquarium, like, it could be
not even that impressive anymore.
Someone, thought of, like, hey, what if we said, Stingray's pregnant, we don't know how it got pregnant,
Because how do you even punish them for doing that? Other than being like, shame on you,
You don't.
You don't think anybody would blow the whistle on the fact that they had male stingrays?
Well, I'm saying
everybody's in on
People
it.
are too lazy to blow whistles, I feel like sometimes. I
feel like people are waiting to blow whistles.
You're right. Although
for their own fame, but this one isn't big enough, right? It's just
a nothing. Even if they I bet there will be a story later on down the line where someone inspects the stingray, and then they're like, oh, it turns out the stingray just got pregnant like any other stingray. Then they're like, oh yeah, in transport there was a male.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, this ray's been there for years.
Well, I'm saying like some other male
dropped some spunk in there.
Or it could just be what the scientist said, and she probably just manifested it herself.
Yeah.
And then, but even if you did some more research, it's like, oh yeah, this has happened before in the 70s at the San Diego Zoo. And it's like no one even cares. You know what I'm saying? There's like,
I'm glad I brought it up.
God damn.
Not
now
you.
He's crapping on my segment.
No, not the messenger.
It's interesting.
The message, not the messenger.
You
the message.
wanted to talk about it.
No, I know, I did.
It's still stupid. No one cares.
He's
You
talking
look
about
like a
it.
ghoul. Get off our show. My God, what are you guys doing?
No.
Nobody listens to the podcast or the commercials.
I looked around and I was like, "Where's the ghoul?" You scared me. I thought there was a ghoul.
here.
I was ready to attack.
He's hiding in the bushes.
No, what I'm saying is it's an interesting story, but I think there's no miracles anymore. You know, it's just like the.
That's why you and I cling the Miracle Whip so badly.
It's
because there's an utter lack of miracles right now.
I saw a TikTok video that was put together yesterday that said that.
Spoiler alert: there were never miracles.
No, they're like scientists found city lights 7 trillion miles away. They found evidence of city lights on a different planet. Right, so I'm watching this. I'm watching this TikTok, and then as I'm watching, I'm like, no, they didn't, because it would be a tremendous story, a global story.
It would be a global event for sure.
A global event of like.
It'd be the breaking news.
To the point where it would be the only thing the entire world was talking about, right? And
unless the gatekeepers thought we couldn't handle it, right?
There's a lot to talk about right now.
But I'm just
maybe they would think we can't handle
with
it.
our attention spans. I mean, there's been stuff that's come out that nobody's talking about.
No, yesterday they did.
That's important stuff.
They did an example of this yesterday. They had we had one congressman release information saying that Russia now has a nuclear space weapon. And then you had other people that were coming out saying, we don't want people to freak out. Like, it was like they do pick and choose what they say depending on whether or not they think we're going to freak out.
Well, I've always assumed that Russia and China has nukes and satellites.
Or ways to take down our satellites.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or
and we have that too.
And then everybody has everything.
Yeah.
You know, like, so that doesn't really. I mean, I was just like, okay, well, you know, the fact that nuclear war is a possibility if everybody just wants to blow up the world has always
kind of been in the back of my mind. Yeah.
Since the damn 50s, right?
It hasn't changed.
Yeah. So and I thought that it was just everybody
unspoken,
the mutual assured destruction doctrine.
Hey man, you be cool, I be cool, we're cool.
Yeah, like let's
just
not
be cool, bro.
Let's not blow up the world here, and everybody's like, all right.
But I got my finger near it.
All right, good talk.
And then there's a bunch of crazy leaders that you can't think about it.
Crazy characters.
Yeah.
Just live your life and hopefully
hope for the best.
Right?
I had an army buddy tell me something that like I've been trying to implement more, and it's very hard. And you can apply this to a lot of things though. Like keep your world small.
Yeah.
It's such a simple, good army. It's like. Don't worry. You just keep your world small, and as long as you're worrying about the things in your small world, you'll have the wonderful life. You'll have an outstanding life.
There's no need to know about anything
and
outside of your.
It's really hard for me to do that because I'm not wired that way. But it is the thing I try to attain. Like I do put it up on a shelf, and I go like, remember, Dan, keep your world small.
Yeah, 100%, right? Why even concern yourself? I know people are like, don't put your head in the sand. You need to be informed.
No, that's
but
not
if
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
do anything,
that's not what I said.
Yeah. If you can't do anything about it, what's the point of knowing about it?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what you read all these things about foreign wars and the the possibility of
and once you
horrible
realize
things.
that a lot of those things are written just to keep you reading, it's real sad. So keep your world small is what I'm saying.
No, that's good.
Do we want to jump into? I didn't know what we were going with after the Stingray thing, but I
had no plan.
I have voicemails and we have emails. If you would like to continue.
Yeah. Let's do some voicemails.
The number one voicemail. I'll just say it. The number one thing that people have been talking about in recent time with our show. Hold on here. Normally it's like something, like the sit stand thing was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the debates.
That was like one of the first ones.
Then the dowsing rods happened.
Dowsing rods.
Sure.
That's a big one. Another one, we've had
currently it's the interviews.
Interviews is a big one. Tip calculator is another one. That one's kind of big, but yeah, interviews is the biggest one. Let's go with, oh God, these are not in the order I wanted, but let's try this one.
Hey, Tommy and Danny and Sam.
No, I already did that one. That was the tip calculator one. I didn't delete that yesterday. Let's go with this one right here. Do you think...
Gentlemen,
sorry.
Sam, what's up? Listening to the Friday Free Show, Dan's telling a story about getting his bike and His wife's picking it up for him from Orange Cycle, which is a little rich for my blood, but I love that place. And I got to say, Dan, just like you, sometimes I feel like I can be a little emasculated or demasculated, as you guys sometimes say, about, the wife being like, well, did you pack this, or did you remember to grab this? Or my daughter will also leave me notes to say, don't forget, we have this thing tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. I'm the dad. That's great. So
You guys are getting mad, but there's a reason why they're doing this. They're not just doing it because they're having fun writing you notes and reminding you things. This might sound like it's a you problem.
We got a lot of dads. That was just an
They're
example.
trying to help you
Yeah,
out.
we got a lot of dads that were like, hey, Dad, I'm just like you. My daughter. It seems to
now
me,
it's I'm just like Dan. It
Yeah,
used to be I'm just like Tom.
I'm bringing this
It's
up.
shifting.
I'm bringing this up. Also, on his birthday, it's important for him to hear the real. You need to know reality, okay? And the reality is,
I hate reality.
There's a whole other group of dads.
I stick my head in the sand.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
These dads get letters from their daughters. I think Richard Herron's one of them. I think he's one a dumb old dad with a daughter dad. Dumb old daughter dad.
Yeah,
you get letters from your daughter telling you how dumb you are.
Yeah. I don't get this from my sons.
No.
My sons
it's
are
a
dumb.
horrible place to be.
My sons are dumb like me. And they're all dumb together. We all
if they
know.
have daughters, they'll get notes saying how dumb they are.
And we don't know what's going on or what day it is. I woke up, I forgot it was my birthday. My sons forgot it was my birthday.
The chat room says, SJ agrees. He says, I miss the letters from my daughters.
Aw, see?
I love you, buddy.
One
I
day
love
you'll
you,
grow up
buddy.
and miss them.
No, I know.
Crystal was the only person in our house that remembered it was my birthday today. And then she had to remind my sons, and then they scrambled to get. I don't care though. I don't care about
Get the crayons.
yeah.
We gotta draw something fast.
Yeah, but if Crystal wasn't there, we just go about our lives. We would never remember. Like if it was just me and my boys, oh man, it'd be
Nobody
rough.
would ever know how old they are.
No
Yeah.
one would know nothing. We'd barely get through anything. And my God, the lunches would be real rough.
All egg sandwiches, hoarder house crazy, laundry everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I run out of things.
Yeah, because they're out by the pool. I seen it when I went to your house.
Do you do piles? I do little piles.
Oh, there's piles everywhere.
Yeah, in the
Jesus
bedroom,
Christ.
and this makes Andrea so mad. I do little piles of things I'm going to wear again. So, if I wear my jeans, and then my jeans have the belt on them, I fold them with the belt on them.
What determines a second wear?
Oh, second wear. I wear jeans like maybe 9-10 times before I wash them. Every single pair of jeans I've ever
Even if
had.
you get them dirty?
No, if I get them dirty, they go. But if I'm just wearing them like these pants that I'm wearing today,
work, and then
I can wear these 5 more times.
Yeah. They don't get, you have pants protectors.
Do you guys dry your jeans like in a dryer?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do, because I don't
no.
I like the dryer. For some reason, it makes me think that it flings off all the residue, because when my wife will hang my pants, they're so stiff. You know what I mean? Like it has like the residue of the detergent. So they're stiff, and then I put them on. I feel like I got to wrinkle them out a little bit. Today, I am wearing, I'm going to show you guys my fit. Today, I am wearing, these are $25 Airwalk Walmart joggers, and I think I'm going to do you.
What are you going to do with all those pockets,
I'm
Dan?
buying 10 pairs of these. And I'm just
Cargo
going to be
joggers?
I'm just going to be little black joggers, Danny. That's all I wear is black joggers, and then the variation you get will be either my top or my hat. Right? Kind of like you.
That's a transition.
Yeah, I'm getting more. He's rubbing off on me. I'm more get to work than I've ever been.
Well, if you have the same thing to wear every day, you take that decision out. It is
I know
boring.
it is boring,
but it doesn't bring me any joy to wear anything different. So, and then other people around me, they don't care what I wear. You know,
yeah. Even my wife approves of my
I
joggers.
preferred the bear suit.
Even
How dare you.
Maisie liked my joggers. These are good. These
Happy
are good
birthday.
pants. I like these. These came out pretty good. You got an email?
Sure.
Let's go with an email, and then I'll fire up a voicemail.
This is also about interviews.
Okay.
Do all the interviews, but adopt a good cop, bad cop approach. Stop sucking all their D's. I like them, but get a little irritated with the overwhelming positivity by both of y'all. Don't be mean, but give them some business. Dan's the man. And he did it in old man font. I just want to... My God.
Yeah, that's a big font. Yeah, he did it in the notepad of his iPhone 7.
It is, yes.
He did a notepad of his iPhone 7 and then forwarded it along. I appreciate. I am not the man.
Give him the business.
Give him what business?
Let's talk about it. We need to be more abrasive with our interviews, and I've
Why,
been doing a
though?
good job.
You have been. You guys have been insulting to the guests quite a bit.
Yeah, Daniel calls them all ghouls.
I didn't mean to call the guy a ghoul. Do you think that
I mean,
subconsciously?
every weird job we call him big fat slob.
yeah. Well,
Regardless.
that's not my fault.
And then
You wrote the song.
no. When they change their ways, I'll change my ways.
But so, like, we're positive because we want to be nice to someone calling in.
They're a guest.
You know,
We don't want to be a D-head.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a D-head. I'll speak for myself.
There was a time, maybe this guy is old enough to remember, there was a time where you would line up the guest, and you're like, hey, a little bit later, we're going to have it, like Chuckles the birthday clown. You'd get him in here, and you'd be like, why do you even do this? You're just a pathetic piece of crap. Yeah, and you just start bullying and being mean to the person, and then people would be like, that was good radio. And you'd be like, yes, it was, and then you get paid.
Well, there used to be a time in 90s radio where in the 90s there was no internet and social media. So there was radio, TV, print, and that's it. That's the only way you could promote your anything, right? So that there would be a lot, it would be, a gift to you to be able to promote your anything on big radio shows. So the radio hosts would have a lot more leverage to be mean or controversial. They didn't care because that was the only way to promote things. So people weren't going to stop doing your show. They had to because it was the only thing. Now
they don't need you.
They are on the brink of never doing interviews again because they're a pain in the ass.
Oh, you mean like Dana White?
Like Dana White, or like even who was the gentleman we talked to the other day from Letterkenny that
Mark Ford.
Mark Ford. He was saying like, these people I don't even like doing interviews because they don't even take the time to, and he was like,
was
thank
really
you guys.
happy that we had read about him.
He
was so happy.
But he's right because like eventually he'll get to the point where people, he'll do enough interviews where no one like bothers to do any work to research him, that he'll just be like, I'm never doing this again. I'll promote my shows through social media. We'll spam the area I'm going to. It'll get enough, whoever wants to see me will know.
Well, it's all sort of the same, too, which does set our show apart because, especially if we choose to either alienate our guest, insult them, or not take them, right? Then we become different. Do you want to see this Dana White video? Have you seen this? So
we're trying to figure out whether it was planned and a work,
or I think it is.
I think it is too. Here, I'll just play it for you guys. I didn't. This is impromptu, so I didn't have it loaded for the.
This
is
on
studio.
Howie Mandel's podcast.
Yeah,
correct?
like Howie Does Stuff or something like that. Some Howie Mandel podcast. I thought this was completely fake, but I took the audio and I want to end every Friday Free Show with it because I think it's so great.
All right.
Dana White, you are an amazing guy. I can't thank you enough for being here. You and Ginger seem to be getting along. You are not only an amazing businessman, you are an inspiration, you are a philosopher. The way you do business, the way you conduct your business and your friendships and media is, I'm jealous.
I've been known to do this a time or two where I get in there and I wipe my brain. First of all, before any time we do an interview, I wipe my brain clean for no other reason than I think it gives me like
the
an
adrenaline
rush.
Yeah,
it's an addiction to. I'm trying to be serious.
It's an addiction to anxiety.
It is. It's like
you're like, I'm too not anxiety ridden enough from this.
Right.
So I'm gonna wipe my brain clean, and then all of a sudden
freak
it's
myself out.
Time to go, and then I gotta come up with something.
Yeah, like instantly. So here.
But Dana, I can't thank you enough for being here.
Thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate it. I am so fucking tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
I love the door close. The door close is what makes it. I was sitting there listening to this live, and I had my headphones on, and when I heard the door close and nobody said anything, I was like, regardless of if it's fake or not, It's well-produced audio. That is so good.
It does seem like, just like you guys described it to me, that he didn't have time to do it, so he's like, hey, let's just, Howie Mandel's a comedian, so he's like, let's just do this thing.
Yeah.
And
it does seem like a work. There's nothing.
It does, yeah.
Nobody's really talking about it or anything. It got a quick blip. But the fact that nobody's like talking about it almost makes me feel like you when you're watching the line and nobody's biting on it. So you're like, you know what I mean? Like where you watch, the public isn't doing anything. So it's not an interesting thing to me, because it's not real. It must not be real.
Yeah. And they probably, I'm sure they know each other, right? And then does Howie Mandel do his show in like one of these buildings that have a bunch of studios? Kind of like a Sirius building or something. There's like a bunch of
most people do that.
production
We are the
studios.
only weirdos I know that have their own studio. Most podcasts, even I know with fancy like guests, they just go to like a podcasting house like in LA or Burbank.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of them.
Yeah, because then also like
It's just a little soundstage.
the celebrities will go to one building and do a bunch of interviews.
Walk the rounds,
because I always thought about like, why not, if you're Howie Mandel, just build a podcast studio in your house. It's cheap enough. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? And
He'll move on by the time. Yeah,
You're
no
right.
Need,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
need.
yeah,
We
yeah.
need this. You don't need that.
Yeah.
You'll get to do something else. Let's try this one. This is from our favorite caller. I call him the what was I calling him? The librarian, or he has the most knowledge on the show.
Oh,
and he's been going back into a lot of. He only calls our 1-844-TOMNDAN phone line.
Okay.
He never uses the app. I don't even know his name, but I know his voice. It's a very nerdy, like a cute nerdy voice.
Yeah, he's the great historian.
He's the historian. That's what we call him, the historian. So here he is, because he wants a segment, and he's calling in to beg you for a segment, I think.
Hey guys, I was wondering if you'd be open to a segment of me calling in and telling you things I hate
Isn't he great?
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's so cute.
about the world, because I have such a long list of things that are just annoying me. And I think Tom used to do this really well on older shows. My
His
favorite
gripes?
of his is still his observation of the credit card signature and the button, like how it just, the security, quote unquote, makes absolutely no sense about it. But yeah, first on the list, anyone that can figure skate or like is really good at ice skating, but then goes to like an outdoor like public ice skating rink and does it while people are just like trying to learn. It's cool. I get it. I like watching it, but like, I feel like it's a little like, I didn't come to the ice skating rink to clap for you and watch you. I'm just trying to not fall.
Is this guy no confidence Tom? Because that is like something you would say. You're like, oh, you think you're better than me? You're right?
Yeah.
This guy's
Just
no
like
confidence.
like this guy.
Just like Tom. This is no confidence Tom.
Well, come up with a name for it.
Yeah, I'll make you an intro.
Giggle Man
Yeah.
hates everything.
Yeah, we are open to it.
And I'll
so-
talk about how I hate it too,
Yeah,
probably.
message received. And we're fans of you. We like what you do. So, yeah, we can do that. You got another email over there? Sam?
Sure.
It is kind of funny, like he brings up the guy that or girl that goes to the. This happened, by the way.
To you on your one wheel on a deck, right? Like, like you like to
No.
get the wave for the people. You like for people to notice you, right?
This happened at a trampoline park when I was there for a kid's birthday party. I think in Tommy or Max's class. or something.
Rebounders.
Yeah, and then I was there, and then there was a mom there that obviously was a former gymnast of some sort.
Oh yeah,
She was bouncing, baby.
No. She was,
Oh.
but she was doing the flips.
She's doing still got it.
Yeah, she was doing still got
the
it.
female still got it.
But she was in her 40s, and obviously from her, I'm sure the peak gym fitness, a little heavier than she used.
I like him a little heavier.
But she was cutting flips and
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like.
I think that's more impressive. It's like the fat guy on rollerblades that does the flip, and then he lands and he says, "This is male peak performance."
Yeah.
That's more impressive to me. I like that guy.
And all the kids were like, "Oh, wow, cool!" And then I just think,
Were you jealous of her a little bit?
What's her motivation?
Did you think to run out there and be like, "Hold on a second"?
Is she having fun herself, or is
Yeah.
she showing off?
Or maybe
Well-
she's just trying to see if she can still do it for herself.
Is
Like,
showing
oh.
off fun?
I love showing off.
I think you answered your question,
but,
sir.
But it's embarrassing to be known
So
to
maybe
show off.
you should take a couple notes from
Okay,
yourself
hold on.
here.
Let's write this down. Let's write this
Okay,
down.
so
We're figuring a
hold
lot
on.
out. We've been figuring out a lot on this show.
If you're gonna show off, it has to be. You have to have the
first
crowd.
of all, you have to be able to do it.
Yes, but you have to have the crowd bring you. You're like, come on, Tom.
They
like,
have to
show 'em what you got.
reluctantly pull you in.
Yes, and then you're like, all right,
Okay, and then you have to do something so dangerous and crazy
So
that
you have to
nobody
be
else can
fake
do it.
humble. And
Yes.
Yes,
then,
yes. But you wanted to do it the whole time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, you
but
wanna
you're not
show
gonna
off.
do it.
You rip off your pants.
You're
Your
like a vampire.
windbreaker pants that
You
snap
have-
on the
You have
sides.
to be invited. It's like a vampire.
yes.
You have to be invited.
Yeah, you have to be invited to show up because if you just like get out there and,
No,
then like
no.
You start dunking,
Doesn't count.
Like you
Also,
start,
nobody will be looking.
He wants people to beg him to show off.
yes,
Yeah.
you've got to be.
Come
begged.
on, Tom.
Yeah. Show up what you. And then,
No.
Yeah, no. Those days
I don't
are
wanna.
beyond me.
Yeah.
One more time. He's like, okay, one more time.
And then when you do it,
And
you're running full speed.
Y'all ready for this?
And then you do the flip and you land. And then you land like Thor.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
Thor.
You do slow motion.
I thought you were
look
gonna
up.
do like a American Olympics, like
No, you gotta land
Gymnast.
in prone, like kneel position with one fist on,
Yes,
like, on
one
the
fist
ground. But
down.
hopefully not in an ant mound or
Yeah.
something.
And then
And then you gotta look down and then look straight up. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
But you have to be asked. If you're not asked, then
It
everybody's
sounds like
like
you're saying asked, and that also counts. That also
I'm gonna
counts.
ask you good. Did we do the email or?
I have
Yeah,
another
let's do an
interview
Okay.
email.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, Dan, and Sam. On the BDM show, you guys were kicking around whether to continue interviews or not. I'm not a fan of them, and I will usually fast forward right past them, but understand that you have tons of hours to fill and relationships to keep. These quick 15 to 20-minute promo interviews are not compelling, and most of the time the guests are checked out. Craig Robinson didn't sell a ticket while sleeping on your couch, might have even cost himself one or two, but we're all here to get out of here.
Yikes.
I also skip any time I hear EJ's voice. Weird jobs or weird hobbies. Tom is the worst on these.
I've been one.
Sorry, buddy.
Whoa. I've been wanting to put a bullet in
It's
weird
on his
job.
birthday.
well, it's all we got.
BDM and founder Chris. He's a founder.
All right.
The founders are telling you they hate
Yeah.
everything. It sounds like they hate
That's
the entire
fine.
show.
No,
That's
they
fine.
just want us to sit in a room quietly.
Sounds like they hate all of ACT. So
Yeah. That's fine. As long as you.
It's fine if you
give
hate
us
what we
money.
do.
Hey, you're gonna hate it as long as you're listening.
well, he's not paying anymore, right? He's a founder. He's not paying anymore.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's fine. Then we got
Well,
your money.
Then your
Yeah.
opinion doesn't count anymore.
we undervalued the founders program.
Yeah.
We
oh
did.
yeah.
We undervalued
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Now they're freeloading.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now these
Yeah.
guys are
These
like.
bastards.
When we started Founders, we didn't think it would
Last
last
this long?
No, we didn't.
And now that it has,
Yeah.
you're freeloading, and we screwed up.
No, should I go in there and try to? I guess I could try and charge all the founders, retro charge them.
I thought Will Ferrell was going to find our podcast and make us rich,
I
like
did
Danny
too.
McBride.
Yeah. I thought somebody would find us and be like, "You guys are too good to be, grinding
yeah.
it out like every other small business."
And then we'd be whisked away,
Yeah.
and we'd be friends with Burt
We weren't that
Kreischer,
good, though.
Segura.
Yeah,
we
you're
weren't
all
that
in your
good.
mom's
Yeah.
house.
Not that good. So what are we doing? We're
Yeah.
just a couple of old dads gaining weight doing flips of the rebounders.
And having your wives
Yeah.
write you notes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. My wife won't. My wife is not talking to me. My daughter will talk to me, but only to tell me the things I'm doing wrong as a dad.
That's good.
Well, let's end the show with a huge thank you to Daniel for my birthday gift.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
got
got
him
him
a-
again.
Yeah, you get him again.
So I got here.
I've been
this
working on
morning.
this for a very long time.
I got here this morning, and
Did you put my name on it?
and then no, your
I
name
will.
Come on,
I
man. It's
will.
from the company.
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
No. But this
That's
is
what
such
you
a,
guys do to me.
No, this isn't from the company though. No.
It's such a. So I see a envelope on my desk.
Yeah.
And
I've
then,
been wanting to do this for forever.
and then so I see it, and I got nervous because what
With like resignation.
I
I have cancer.
No, it's just I assumed it was a birthday gift, just because Daniel said happy birthday when I walked in, and then I saw the envelope. So, but I get nervous opening gifts in front of people,
Yes.
because
Hate it.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
act.
You don't know how to
grateful.
react. Yeah. Wow, you don't know how to react grateful.
No,
Like
no,
the
no.
year I got him the cheese melter for
Yeah.
Christmas.
And
Well, I
Chris-
think that's still here.
We gave it away.
And then and Crystal, she accuses me all the time. She's like, "You have to act more grateful to your sons because your sons tell me that all you say is "whoa."
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, all you say is like, "Oh, whoa!" You.
Well, that's what you said to me.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So,
I'm kidding,
and then so she's like, you have to come up with other things, Anyway, so I see the letter, and I'm like, oh God, I have to.
It's
open
going to
it.
be some heartfelt letter.
It was. I wrote
Yeah,
something
yeah,
nice in
yeah.
there. I
And
did.
then, so I gotta read some.
Then
poetry.
I got to pretend like I care.
Yeah, and then I'm going through my mind. I was like, don't.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Don't
and
give
I
him
wrote
the
it.
whoa.
It's not AI. I wrote it with my hands.
So and
Oh,
then,
Javier's here.
Yeah, he is. Just for your birthday.
And then I'm like, what if
It's going to give you. Never mind.
what if
Can't say that.
if it's a gift that I don't want?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a dog. It could have been a dog.
I
got you a dog.
Yeah, a dog or some sort of, I'm trying to think of like, some massage at the local.
Well, wait a minute. But there's one I would give you. You'd love it.
If it was, but they don't have gift certificates of that one.
No.
Yes,
You can't-
cash only
you can't
in
put
the
that in
the
writing.
shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you got me some like
I thought
good
about that too. I
massage
thought
with
about
the
that too.
ending,
Yeah,
I'll be happy.
I thought about that too.
But it was like, what if it's down like a legitimate massage? I hate legitimate massages. And then or what?
Me
if,
too.
Or what if it's like some sort of like theme park, like you give me some tickets
or
to it.
clothes. What if I bought you an outfit?
God,
What if I bought you an
yeah,
outfit?
yeah.
Pants and a dress shirt.
So I'm like,
I got you some cargo joggers to match him.
Yeah, I got you Airwalk
Yeah,
cargo joggers from Walmart.
yeah, or it could be like, or a gift certificate or another
Just
suit.
something you hate.
Yeah,
yeah,
business shoes.
Oh, you should have got him shoes.
So
I thought about it.
So as I opened it, and Daniel got me a brand new one wheel,
I did.
and I was so happy.
I did.
Because
I got him the GT. I got him the big dog.
Now,
He's-
what it was? It just a receipt for the one wheel? Because
It's
it's
on
not
its
fitting
way.
in an envelope.
It's on its way.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's on its way.
yeah. It's the but it's the GT, which I gave up hope on ever getting. By the way,
Yeah, I know.
I
Here's the thing.
Mhm.
You got to get him something better for his birthday.
no, I know.
No. He already did. Remember, on my 40th, he got me a drone,
Yeah,
and
well-
I've never been able to repay him.
Yeah, but
And
the
then
That
drone
thing
is-
sat on your desk for 5 years.
I know,
Yeah, but
because
they'll
they
do
shut
it-
me down. The Fed. Oh, excuse me, I'm cursing. The Fed shut me down.
But the drone's not as the one wheel is a damn
it's-
$1,800 more. Is probably you got the big boy. You got
I got the big boy.
and I know you got the
got the
whole.
big boy, yeah.
You paid. You're
In
like,
our financial crisis with TNT Medical,
know.
you're spending
No,
money
no,
on.
I know. I put
what
it
did
on
the
the
wife
medical.
say?
No, the medical's not linked to us anymore, so I put it on the medical. We're totally fine.
so
It's like when I had some friends back in the day before that big when we cashed out everything when you were refis. People were buying stuff like I'm doing that right now. But
So,
no, you deserve
thank
it,
you,
man.
dude.
And
I
you're not
appreciate
going
it.
to buy it for yourself.
I appreciate
And you-
that.
you're-
Well, thanks. I look like a bum now. I didn't get him anything.
no, I don't.
No,
I don't
no.
want a birthday. You don't have to.
All I told him was old. What was his name? Poopy Dog. It was his
No, I
birthday
don't-
this year.
the adult birthday presents I don't do. So
I have
it's
been-
like I don't expect the
You
adult
can ask
birthday
my wife.
presents.
If you ask Andrea how many years for your birthday, I've said I'm going to buy him the GT one or the big dog one wheel.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
You have been saying it for a
You've
while.
always had the old. No offense, it was great. You bought it used and it was great. But it's slow. The motor's all fucked up.
yeah.
I'm doing
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. The motor's all messed up. Everything in it's like messed up. And then you're just like, oh, it's okay. It won't hold a charge. I'm like, no.
I just put fix a flat of the tire for the fifth time, and the whole thing's fix a
It's
flat.
something you love,
What the
right?
hell?
It's something you love that you actually use. It's like literally the only thing I think of that is an item besides your family that I know you do. Like you're like, oh, that's a thing I like.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
like
do
one
like
of
it.
one. I know nothing else that you like. Like if the house is burning down, you'd be like, I can get another house. Brought my one wheel so I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
ride around
No,
when
I
the fire
do.
truck's coming.
I
So
do
you
like
taking
it.
this on your birthday weekend trip?
It won't be
Whoa.
ready.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But also it all rained out.
I thought about that too. It's like you couldn't even ride it if it were here.
We'll talk about that on Friday. I thought about asking Mike for Mike's weather page or whatever, but apparently it's already like Crystal found some news weather thing that it's just the weather is going to be horrible this weekend, and it's going to rain
It's
the whole time.
Gonna
and,
be very bad.
and there's no reprieve.
Yeah, there's
so-
no getting out of it. So.
Anyway. All right. Well, thank you, Daniel. Thanks to
You're
everybody
welcome.
for my birthday wishes.
Happy
You're
birthday,
welcome.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. Good job, y'all. What are we doing now?
Friday one?
Yep. We'll do Friday 1 and then Monday 4.
Sorry, I am relaxed. I'm cursing. Jesus. ACT Thursday. to reach out to James Yon. I saw his Afro Got comedy thing that they just released, and it looked really good. I think they're filming specials out of there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it just like the presentation of the shots that he had from it. Not that, I mean, all of their stuff looks really high quality, but. 1, 2, 43 minutes. Edit. Okay. Hello, Jolligator. You can do whatever you want, EJ. Do 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 do. Ding do 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 do.
You know, it's interesting that Rogan went back to distributing the show on all platforms instead of Spotify specific. And it's probably a direct result of everything being diluted. Then the numbers are way down. And it'll probably help the numbers, but it's not going to be what it was.
Well, what
because
it does,
a different world.
It props the numbers back up closer to where they were, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The numbers decline. You open it back up to everybody. Numbers go back up.
A little bit. Never to where we were because it can't. It just can't anymore.
It will never be until something else new is found, and that becomes the thing. So, all right. What do we want to do here? Weren't we going to do voicemail emails? I think that's what we were going to do. I have some new ones here. I got...
yeah, let's just do voicemail email.
Yeah. All right, let's start with email, and why don't you begin?
Sure.
In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
The Spark STEM Fest is this weekend at the Orlando Science Center. Also, Science Night Live is on Saturday. So not only do you, and you can go to Spark STEM Fest for free if you're a member of the Science Center.
If you're already a member, you go out there with your family. You may not be taking advantage of all these cool events that they have that normally, not always, but normally you get in for free. So I would definitely go down there if you are just looking for something to do with your family. Spark STEM Fest is a cool way to, give them something that will be engaging and fun and interactive. And also Science Night Live, if you want to do something a bit more adult, you can go to that, and they add in little light bites, hors d'oeuvres, some drinks, some cocktails.
Oh, they get it flowing.
Yeah, it is a heck of a good time, man.
Also, we're going to do a Leap Day Sapo tournament on February 29th on Leap Day, starting around 6 o'clock at Hourglass Brewing in Longwood. So,
I always thought that when we were doing the Sapo tournaments about 10, maybe even 14 years ago at this point, I was always thinking that Sapo, somewhere along the lines, would catch on, and then other bars would start doing Sapo, and it would be like stolen from us. Not that we're the originators. That's not what I'm saying.
It would become more popular.
Yeah, I was like, this game is so fun that it will only be a matter of time before there will be other bars that are setting up rooms that have Sapo. Like, remember when axe throwing, you'd have axe throwing at almost every bar, you know? Like, and then I feel like that's kind of, it's just like any phase. It, builds up real big, and then it kind of mellows out a little bit. Yeah. I think we could go through another Sapo phase again.
It did, but it never really happened. Like, no one ever played.
Well, maybe we'll start the first one is what I mean.
I think it's the coins. The fact that they're the tiny, heavy, slammer-like coins. Yeah. That maybe they too easily get lost.
What's the most dangerous bar game?
The axe throwing.
Darts.
Hammerschlagen.
Darts are pretty. You played that the other weekend, right? Like, so Hammerschlagen has made the rounds. When I saw Sam doing Hammerschlagen at the Beer Olympics at Rock Pit, I was like, oh, well, that's obviously it's made it. Like Hammerschlagen is now as
Yeah.
popular
In
or
breweries,
yeah, it's as important as Flip Cup or like beer pong.
although getting the logs to nail the nails into is difficult for a lot of you know what I'm saying? Like
it can be difficult. Darts though, I always thought that if you were a man and you became an adult man, that when you would go to the bar, you would carry your own darts. All men did it. I thought that.
That was a very 1980s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 47, born in 76. I thought that as a young man, at right around the age of 19 to 24, I would have to choose what I would be bringing to the bar. Would I bring darts? Would I bring a leather bag with a pool cue in it?
Yeah.
Like, would I have a bowling ball in a bag? There were sports that drunk men did, and you had to choose one.
Yeah.
Now, my dad did an outlier drunk sport, which was softball.
Okay, yeah, softball dad.
Not a lot of softball, but, afterwards they'd have a couple cocktails. I think they would play.
My stepdad did bowling. My stepdad and my mom would go every Tuesday night to their bowling league night,
Yeah.
and then go, and then he had his own bag.
I'm jealous of that.
And then I
romanticized that as a young man, as a boy. I thought that's what, there's a part of me. I'm being real with you, Sam. Sam's looking at me like I'm an idiot.
No, I'm just thinking about how vastly different my childhood was. My dad just got blackout drunk every day and fell asleep with a cigarette on the couch.
There is that.
In his tiny whities.
Wow.
Eating plain spaghetti noodles with butter and black pepper.
Wow,
He's an interesting man.
The pepper keeps him spicy. But I feel like a little bit of a failure. I can't help but feel like a little bit of a failure because I am not doing that. I am a dad. I am a husband. I love being a husband and a dad. But I don't have the I don't go to the meetings of the
You
Lions
need dad
Club.
hobbies.
I don't go to the bowling alley with my ball. I don't play darts. I don't do pool cue. I'm not shooting pool.
Yeah, no softball.
No softball.
You
None
just
of
play
that.
video games and watch baseball, right?
No, but I do it with my kids. It's with Maisie. There is no definitive line in there where I go and it's just me and the boys, doing the thing.
Yeah,
that's gone.
Well,
I don't think so. There's people that do it. You just don't do it.
No, you're probably right.
But it's not as popular.
No.
None of my I know it's Miami friend syndrome, but none of my Miami friends have any quintessential thing they do where it's they go out and have some sort of league.
Trav is in a Drive Shack league. He goes every Thursday. He'll be going today.
Yeah.
He has a
that's
whiskey
fun.
meetup every month with his friends.
Well, you
you
got
have
no
any?
kids. You got
They
no
all
kids.
they all have kids.
But do you have
okay.
a ladies thing that you go to and do?
Not really.
Yeah.
I want to try doing that more, but it is hard to fit everyone's schedule to meet up.
I have no
That's the
interest
problem.
in hanging out with other adults that are looking to
Have fun.
have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're that's not your
I
thing.
know.
I'm not wired for that right now.
But then what's weird is going back to my stepdad, which he was a real Florida real man.
He was a strong, quiet, hardworking
construction
man, right?
workers. Yeah,
Quiet, hardworking man.
Yeah, his skin so tan it was like a football. You know what I'm saying? The quintessential. Florida man.
Florida cracker.
Mustache.
Yeah.
He was jacked,
Baseball
skinny, diabetes.
Yeah.
Baseball hat. Yeah. Guy
Jean
Harvey.
shorts.
Jean shorts, Guy Harvey shirt, boat shoes if he was going out.
Yeah, you can draw him.
Never wore sandals. That's ridiculous. Anyway.
You know why.
He would go bowling, and I remember he had his own ball, and he had the ball, the shiner, and all those stuff. Yeah. And then he'd go and then he
Clean it
never
up.
missed a Tuesday with my mom going bowling. And I
think
remember
that's cute, man.
And I remember as a kid, I was like,
I'm gonna start doing meat shoot every Sunday.
I was like, is this guy is this
Like
man
that is
having
something.
fun?
It is cool.
I've never seen him have fun.
It's one of the things that if Sam said that her and Travis are in a bowling league now and they had the shirts and they had the ball with the shine, like you're describing, and Sam had the little bag and then you
We
got
want to
to
start kickball.
and you
league.
got to do that'd be fun and you got to do
Yeah.
like the glasses, you had little ponytails. Like I would be
We'd
jealous
go
of that.
all in.
I would be jealous of that.
Hold on, I have to call my mom and ask if my
and
stepdad
ask her
ever-
what day it is.
Well, wait a minute. Then your mom.
Ooh, what'd your mom get you for your birthday?
Then your mom had her own bowling ball, dude. Right?
No, she did. Yeah.
So I mean, like you've
Where's
never
that thing at?
You've never talked about this. This is an intense and important part of Florida real man history is having your parents be active bowling league member. No, I'm dead serious. Like I had so many friends that were in a bowling league. My mom and dad were not. They were she did service.
I don't know that
service
any
league.
of my friends' parents were in any leagues.
My mom was in a sorority, and then the girls would get together and they'd either do a service project or they'd do something to raise money for the community or they'd do like a game night where they'd play like some sort of game.
It's more of just, Miami friends.
Yeah.
Hang out, get drunk.
And then my dad did softball, but it was a church league in the softball. And then he would do Lions Club, service club stuff like that. And he really liked, if it was like service, he really liked, what do you call it? At the Salvation Army, he would help pick out the clothing for, like, if you were homeless and you went there, he'd help size out your clothing.
Okay.
He liked doing
that's
that. Yeah, it was cool. What line?
Line 1. Mom, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So we were talking about back in the day. I remember you and Steve would go bowling in your weekly bowling league, right?
Yes,
So
we did.
So what's weird to me though is that Steve was a real man, and I never really.
Bowling's a real man sport, though.
It
It's
is.
basically a bar with balls, right?
You're right.
You know?
Hold on a second. I've never thought about that.
But
Throwing balls.
did he have fun when he went? Because I
Yeah.
never really seen him have like jovial fun.
Did he jump up and down when he got a strike?
Or maybe he was just real competitive.
Yeah. Like, how'd it go, Mom?
Yeah, he really liked it because I think the competitive, and then his mom was on a league on another one, and so he get to see her once a week, and that kind of made up for
Oh, it's
seeing her.
family time.
This guy was a gem, dude. This
He
guy
was
was
a sweetheart.
amazing.
You're an animal.
Yeah, you released
You're a
his,
monster,
yeah,
Tom.
You
No,
released
no.
his bird into the woods.
Poor
No.
bird.
Yeah, I
Was
still.
it Taz? What was his
Yeah,
name?
Taz.
Yeah.
Don't even speak his
Oh.
name. You'll get Mama Van crying.
So and then back in when this was happening, you could smoke in the bowling alley and the whole thing, right? Could you actually smoke on the lanes, or did you have to step 1 foot back? I like that rule. Like I remember that in the 90s where it was like you could only smoke on the carpet.
I blow my smoke right into the air dryer.
Yeah, it was a better time. That's
It
for
was.
sure. You just stepped up one, and you had to be like where the carpet is, and then everybody could. And they had those little stupid folding ashtrays that the ones made out of like
Yes.
tin.
Oh, yeah.
They still have those at 3 Points Bowling.
Yeah, they do still have those.
in the bathroom stalls.
But I actually started bowling on a league with Pop Pop back in the day. Your dad wouldn't bowl, but
This is a family
It's in the blood.
sport.
This is in the blood.
With
I just-
Pop, you
hold
gotta
on.
start bowling,
Hold
man.
I gotta get a shirt. We gotta get a shirt. This is the year of the strike.
I've never seen Pop-Up even have any interest in bowling.
Write this down.
You witnessed
he
Pop-Up
had his own
bowling?
balls and everything.
Yeah.
Balls. He had more than one. How many balls did he have?
3.
What?
Oh, you have
Three
He was
balls.
3-ball Merle.
Hold on. I can't imagine Pop-Up bowling and then being interested in some ridiculous hobby with
He's
that.
competitive. And
Yes.
maybe, what do you mean?
Well, I'll say this. It was an all-men's league at first that he was bowling. But I guess, people started getting busy, and then they made it like where it's a men and women's
Co-ed.
league. And this was when we lived off of when we first got married. And he didn't have a partner. So I said, I like to bowl. So that's how I only bowled with him on the one time. He was very competitive, and so I only
I know that guy.
Pop slapped you around.
Yeah, I know somebody very competitive.
Yeah. Before my grandfather passed, he knew that Hillary Clinton was running for president, and he did not like it. It was a different time. He called.
Yeah, he had a hard time with the whole mixed league thing. He thought. Now he did bowl twice a week because he bowled on a men's league that was still hanging on, and then a league that had. Women and men. Your
So
dad
he had
wouldn't
a
bowl.
little bit of both. So he had like the integration league, and then he had the no ma'am league. That were
Yeah,
still
he
like,
had trophies. You don't remember seeing them when we were cleaning out his house?
you blocked this out. I don't think you wanted
had
us to know that
trophies.
it's in the blood that you are a famous bowler.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
the hell, man?
Yeah.
I thought those trophies were from some sort.
Dude, you might have been the Tiger Woods of bowling. What do you need to start now? You need to start bowling down. You need to start
Yeah.
training your songs. It's in them, dude. It is in your songs.
No, he started bowling on a league when he worked for Channel 4. It got started like Channel 4 would have a league.
He
and
worked
then
for the news?
We didn't know he worked for Channel
Yeah.
4.
What'd he do?
He worked in the printing department, did all their printing for all the stuff that needed, I guess, different headlines or menus or.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he did all that.
We
for
should
Channel
have
4.
interviewed Pop Pop
guess
if we
we
had
really
a
should
chance.
have.
All
God,
those-
he lived a life,
All those
man.
memories.
All those years of sitting in his garage, we only
Quietly.
talked about World War II.
Yeah, and politics.
We talked, and then we
God
said
damn it,
quietly.
Tom.
It was a-
You never knew anything about him except he hated Hillary Clinton and he didn't trust Obama.
yeah. Obama, and World War II. And then he'd tell me gruesome stories. And then it'll be, oh my God.
Yeah, when I first met your dad, he was working for Channel 4, and he ran the printing department before he retired out of there, and then got a job at the working for that big hospital in Broward, doing all their printing.
Nice.
Let's talk about all the places you used to be able to smoke.
Literally everywhere.
Everywhere,
So,
man.
uh,
Airplanes.
I have a story.
Hospitals.
Yeah, hospitals.
So my mom has a story. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass you, Mom, but
Oh.
you don't get easily embarrassed. You're like me. We're the same.
Tough, very tough.
My mom has a story of after she gave birth to me,
Uh-oh.
she was just smoking in the.
Oh, yeah.
like smoking in the hospital
Yeah.
after
She deserves it. She's working hard, man. What are you
Yes,
talking
what do you
about?
mean? She
That-
needed some
I think
relief.
You should
every-
open a window and smoke
I-
in the hospital.
I honestly, after seeing it, I think any woman that does that,
Give him a cigarette.
if they choose, it's just
Menthol.
like people that fight for the country. Like,
You
no,
goddamn right.
Yeah, you can't smoke, but you can fight for the. No,
Yeah.
if you fight for the country or you push up something out of your.
Give him a whiskey and
Yeah,
a cigarette.
You get a cigarette right on the spot. No
Yeah.
questions asked.
Listen, the best part of it was the doctor that delivered you. He came in and had a cigarette with me.
Yes.
It was what you did. It would have been impolite to me that this guy was a true gentleman. He was like, "It's very nice to meet you."
Did he
It was a-
light your cigarette? With his-
No, he actually laid down. He goes, "Boy, that was a tough day. We need a cigarette."
Lay down.
Can't even breathe.
I just want everybody to let that sink in. Especially all the young kids out there listening. My mom gave birth and then smoked a cigarette with the doctor in the hospital.
Yeah, giving him a high five.
Yeah,
Better
I had
time.
a C-section, so I had just had an operation.
in the operating
Yeah, I don't
room.
think you're supposed to smoke everything.
Just
Very,
you know,
very unsanitary.
You're like the drop ceiling's yellow.
Chat room wants to know if you were born in Eastern Europe. Like
This is Miami.
We're
This is
Baptist.
yeah. This is
big hospital.
Baptist Hospital in Miami, Florida.
That's fantastic.
So, did you ever smoke on airplanes, Mom?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that must have been
Yeah.
the
You know the
awesome.
famous story about my mom smoking on the airplane, and then she saw a child smoking on an airplane.
Oh, was a child?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you remember this story. I've told this story a million times. And my mom saw a child smoking on an airplane, and she went up to the person and she said, "You shouldn't be smoking. You're a child. You should not be smoking." And it was a little person.
Yeah,
It
you're
was-
right. I do
yeah,
remember
it
this
It was
story.
an N-word
yeah.
little person, and he goes, "Why don't you mind your business, bitch?" He's like, called her a bitch, like right in front of my dad. And what's my dad supposed to do?
Right.
I think he just went back to his seat. I think my dad was like, "Well, you and me
Because he
were."
was right.
Yeah, my
She
dad was
should have minded her
5'6".
business.
I'm 5'2". My dad was 5'6". My dad was no, she was in the wrong. She even admitted it. But I think
Right.
my dad was like, "Yes, sir." You know, like he was like, "You and I, we're the same."
And then he cursed her to have a little person baby.
Oh, wow.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Wow.
Let's talk about smoking with the windows up.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a move.
Well, this
that,
weekend
grandma
would,
did
this
that.
weekend would
Yeah.
be a smoking with the windows up weekend when it was raining.
Yes, rainy and cold.
Rainy
yes.
and cold.
Windows
you smoke
up,
with the
baby.
windows up.
Now they do. They started making those things where rain doesn't go in
Where
your
the
car.
rain don't go inside. You know those things.
They're like little.
They're like rain
For a split second,
anti-rain visors
I
for
thought
your
you were gonna
windows.
turn to me and say, "These colors don't run." For some reason, I don't know.
They're
why.
like car visors.
And then because you use the ashtray in the car, it was filled with cigarette
Oh,
butts.
yeah.
in it.
I would smoke so many cigarettes in my Bronco too, and had so many butts in the ashtray that when I would put one final one out, it would set all the other butts on fire.
Yep. And
So many butts.
it was everybody in the '80s smoked, right, Mom? Like if you didn't smoke, you were the weird one.
Yeah, your dad never smoked. He never smoked cigarettes.
That's interesting.
But he
And
loved
yeah,
that green.
in fact, it really bugged him that I smoked. So a lot of times I wouldn't smoke it if although I guess he got used to it because I don't remember him bitching too much about it later. But yeah, he never smoked cigarettes. Neither did Pop. Remember that he used to have a thing about how they started charging 50 cents per pack, so he quit.
Yo, dude, tell me
Really,
that.
Tom, you have that.
I think it was 35 cents. It was like
35,
Too far.
Yeah, it was like after the war. He's like, our cigarettes went up to 35 cents, and I was like, oh, I will have none of it.
Yeah, and he's a draw line guy. Remember, he's like, I will never gamble again, and he never gambled again.
Yeah, and then he's like,
do you guys have like your parents' friend had that one person that rolled their own cigarettes?
Oh, yeah.
No,
God.
we did have the one guy that smoked cigars though, like
Yeah.
smoked them, like
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
just enjoy them. He smoked them.
All right, Mom. Well, thank you for telling us those stories.
Yeah, that was great.
And we are going to put together a segment called 80s Mom.
I
where
was
we
going to
talk
say,
about-
this is just a little taste
Well,
of
this
a
is the
segment
beta,
we're working
beta
on.
test.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a beta test.
And so we appreciate it. And
that was fun.
I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, honey.
Hey,
Love
shouldn't
you.
we congratulate
Love you,
her on your birthday? Hey, happy birthday.
yeah.
Yeah.
42.
Smoke a good
Right.
cigarette
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
42 years ago today.
She was smoking in the hospital.
Good job.
Do you remember what time I was born, Mom? No way, right?
Yeah, you were born in the morning about 5:45, I think, because
Oh,
it
early.
was an emergency C-section, and
He's
so
coming out.
yeah, it was in the morning time because I remember your dad had a meltdown because we didn't even think about C-sections back then. Like I don't know why we just didn't, and so he was scared because I had to
I
go
would be
in the
too.
operating room. So I remember looking at him and I thought, oh God, things must be bad because he didn't look so good.
You would be scared about Crystal. That fits. That checks out. That checks out 100%. That sounds just like you.
But you know what's the best is your dad never smoked cigarettes, and when I went to go have Jenny, then the rules were starting to change where you couldn't smoke in the hospitals. You could just smoke outside, which now you can't even do that. But you're not allowed to smoke it. So I had Jenny. I had to have another C-section. So after I woke up, I was already awake. So your dad was sitting there. I go, I'm dying for a cigarette. I got to have a cigarette. He goes, well, quit. I can't roll you outside. And I said, well, let me go in the bathroom, and I'll just run the blow dryer.
Yes. Blow the ghost.
It's the bad way.
She's been blowing ghosts since 82, baby.
It all circled around. It all circled back around. Flush the
The
ghost.
thing is that they smelt it, and I guess the nurse called
Of
security.
course they did, Mama Man. It's a cigarette.
The thing was is your dad took the heat for me because he said
That's
he
a good
He
man.
went out, and he said, I'm sorry, that was me.
You would do
I
that,
couldn't
too.
go outside, and he took the heat for me, and he never smoked a day in his life.
You would do
That is
that.
a
You
good
would do that for
man.
Crystal. If Crystal wanted a cigarette, that was money. 100%. This sounds like a you. That's really cool. What a great story to have. Well, hey, congratulations and thanks for doing this for us. Okay.
Okay, guys.
We'll
bye.
talk to you soon. See ya.
Bye.
She's so sweet.
Um,
You're a lucky boy.
Smoking in the hospital 42 years ago today.
Yeah, man.
Times have changed.
Hey.
Anyway, all right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more corporate time.
Oh, what a great impromptu segment, dude. That was a good
That was
one.
funny.
Really good. That Friday one.
Yes.
And then now we'll just do
A Monday?
Monday
The
4.
13, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's Friday 2?
We don't have. We're
We're
gonna
going to
do
do
it
that tomorrow morning for a warm up.
So, what else are we doing today?
Monday 4. We got 13 minutes for Monday 4 that we need to do.
Okay. Oh. I think it's pretty cool, Christine. She's never smoked a cigarette in her life. Neither has Andrea.
Never even tried it.
Andrea's never tried it. I know that.
When we do the BDM show after lunch, are we going to be doing that on Facebook or are we not? doing that live.
I think we'll do it on Facebook.
Yeah, might
just
as well.
you know, to have it.
Yeah, Andrea's. I tried to get her. I always try to get Andrea to smoke weed, take edibles, everything.
I didn't
Drink
start
this.
smoking cigarettes until I started dating Travis.
I'll drink a drink. I'm like, this
he
is
was a smoker.
20% beer. I'll taste it. It's killing me. I'm like, try it. Never. She'll try nothing. And Maisie's just fucking like her. Maisie will not do nothing. She smells cigarettes. You're the most disgusting motherfucker. If you smoke weed,
I was like that as a kid too, and
she
I ended up
smokes
smoking.
weed.
So
She's
you
like-
never know.
She smells weed. She's like dirty dad stinking up the city. She's,
What if Andrea did like mushrooms and loved it?
She'd
She'd never do it.
She never will. No, she won't. All right.
Like yeah, like Crystal is too afraid of any psychedelics to ever do it. She's so sensitive. I gave her a goddamn CBD one time, and she's like, I feel weird. I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And she gets in her head about it.
Yeah, it's like a placebo effect.
Yeah. So like all medications.
I try to make
are-
it stronger. Like when it's like kicking in and it's
Yeah,
making me
yeah.
crazy, I'm like, make me real crazy. You know, like I'm like, what are we doing here? How long?
Just 13.
13.
Yeah, 13.
On anything really.
Coming back.
I got emails if you want them, but I don't know where you want to go. It'll be after BMO.
Yeah, grab a couple of emails.
Yeah, let's just do an email.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got the Sapo Leap Day Tournament coming up on Thursday, February 29th at
Come on.
Hourglass Brewing.
Yeah, come on out there to Hourglass, play some Sapo. If you don't know what that is, it is a Peruvian coin-tossing game that I really think we're going to start doing this again. I have high hopes for Sapo in 2024.
Yeah, super easy to play.
Yeah, anybody can play, kids, adults. Tony Rage, as far as I know, the only Tony Monjet, the only person in the existence of us playing this game that's ever hit a Sapo.
He's going to be out that day
Right on.
taking some pictures.
Nice.
And so anyway, that's February 29th. Sam, what do you got email?
Yeah, I do have some emails. This one says, full 90s. Hi, show. Okay, hear me out. Here's what we do. Number 1, release the name of the Capitol Records guy to the BDM page.
No, don't talk about it.
The one that threatened to, quote, take it up the ladder.
Stop.
Number 2, someone tech savvy, find him on all social media platforms. Also, find any work email addresses.
I already know who he is. I could do this instantly.
Number 3, get all the BDMs to pull up every single Asian jump roping video we can find, then repost it, tag and link it to the guy on every platform he's on, like hundreds of times a day for the foreseeable future.
Why is this the stuff people want?
They
4,
love an attack.
maybe also do the same thing to the main Capitol Records pages. 5, email his work email the same jump roping videos constantly.
People do love the attack.
Oh, yeah.
You
and
know?
we haven't done an attack
No.
ever, but
There are whole social media accounts that are just like, this lady backed into a parking space. Get her.
we need to save our attack until we really need it. Because
Yeah.
you're only good for one attack.
Well, I want to do it when we needed like a
man.
real attack. Like
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
like, help, they're killing us. Like, I need boots on the ground.
By the way, if you don't know what we're referencing,
Right.
that's why you have to be a BDM.
Yeah.
Because we
I'm
talked
not going to
about
talk about it.
on the BDM show, but this is not.
But we've got an enemy now.
But this is not. This is a nothing, and that person, it doesn't matter to us, and has no nothing.
This
you know
would be
what
a
I'm saying?
waste.
Yeah, it's a waste of
a
an
waste
attack.
of an attack.
Yeah, and it certainly doesn't fit what happened. It needs to be a direct result of what happened.
Yeah.
If we went and did this, we would look crazy.
And also, there'll be a good excuse for an attack in the future. So hold on.
Oh, it's
to it.
coming.
Hold,
Yeah.
stand.
We're making a lot of enemies.
Stand by.
Stand back, stand by.
Yeah, stand back, stand back.
We're looking for a nonstop linking him to every Asian jump roping in existence, like a Rickroll type of thing. So everywhere he turns, there it is. The idea is to 90s style F with the guy, but do not go too far and burn it all down. So there needs to be some rules. Feel free to add and adjust. Here are the BDM posting rules. Absolutely no one mentioned the singer guy that you interviewed. He was a cool dude and shouldn't be involved. I agree with that. Do not take this out on him. He had nothing to do with
This is
this.
a long way to go.
Don't mention T&D, BDM, iHeart, or anything show specific.
I had already forgotten about this.
Don't be mean or say anything negative or hateful. Don't make threats. Don't do anything illegal. And don't be a D-head.
No one will follow those rules.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They will immediately start attacking his family.
Oh, they're going to be photoshopping his wife.
Everybody goes too
Yeah,
far,
yeah.
man. That's why you can't play like this.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't.
And again,
It's a weird time.
This is not a reason to
No.
have anybody attack, but there may be in the future, and
Oh, yeah,
we'll
it is
use our
coming,
one
yeah.
attack. And like, but people do like a good
They
attack.
love them.
Yeah.
They love them.
Especially
there are whole accounts. I mean, our buddy, and I'm not saying he does this. It's just we're talking about like internet justice. Our buddy Tizzy is huge, and we knew him before he blew up.
Yeah.
We knew him as a video editor, a very popular video editor. I'm not blowing up his spot, hopefully, but I won't say his name.
Oh yeah.
But we knew him when
he
he's-
helped us 15 years ago with
Yeah,
a bunch of stuff.
a bunch of different videos, and had listened to our podcast when we first started rolling out A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Now he's a big influencer.
And now he's a huge influencer, but he's the guy that if you're a Karen and you do something like rude to somebody and it's on film and you're being racist, then he's going to find you and put you on blast. And then people are going to like call your work, he does a lot of it'd be a shame if yada yada found out that their employee treated black people like this. And I see it and I know what it is, but all of it is gross to me. Like the whole thing is just like it gives me anxiety. Yeah.
Like I'm not built for that. Like if it's warranted and it could help our business and help all of us, and we needed to do like, 'cause sometimes you have to go on the offensive, right? It just has to like
sure.
It's it's part of a game of entertainment. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have to like
the
do this.
game of entertainment is afoot.
But like I have a problem sleeping at night knowing that I negatively affected someone else, even if they deserved it.
Yeah, like I honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
am
Like
not
I don't want to.
I am honestly not okay, even though I was joking around and I didn't mean it to sound this way. I am honestly not okay with making somebody feel like they are ghoul adjacent. Seriously, I don't like. I'm never like trying to like. If somebody were like, "You hurt my feelings," I would be immediately like, "Oh man, I'm real sorry."
Like there's plenty of people that have like done things to me on purpose to try to do something negative.
You
to
get
me,
singled
right?
out the most, yeah.
No, well, not that. A lot of it's just jokes, but I'm just saying, like, even in life and your business or whatever, that I could obviously be warranted or it'd be justified to say, like, hey, listeners, like, go after this person, And
it seems petty.
It seems
too,
petty.
because again,
does
it
seem
didn't.
petty.
It didn't really. It was a small inconvenience for us, but
Yeah.
not a huge deal.
But even
Yeah,
But there will be something that
Yeah,
will.
it was a nothing. We weren't treated unfairly.
Yeah.
The guy was a little bit of a D-head. It was a little bit inconvenient.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
It's fine.
So I'll even go further. There's like specific things that like you think about, like, because revenge. Let's talk about revenge for a second.
Oh, I'm
because
an expert in revenge.
it is sweet to fantasize about it, right?
It never works out the way you want it to.
No,
though.
no.
There's no such thing as that. I don't think it's real.
Like you
Movie revenge is not. It's not real.
You have these
It's
like
just like porn. You watch porn and you watch
Yes,
movies
yeah,
and you think
yeah.
revenge and the bedroom is going to be that way, and it's just not.
yeah, it's always more complicated, and then it just doesn't feel, to me personally, it doesn't feel good
'Cause there's-
to negatively affect someone. And it's by my hand.
Well,
even if they deserve it. I
Because
don't
in the
like it.
movies or in your fantasy, revenge is revenge with no strings attached.
Yeah.
And no collateral damage. But in real life, revenge in a lot of ways, it's going to make you look bad. In movies, when Jason Statham is blowing up the mansion and getting back at the guy who wronged him, we all think, yay.
It's cut and dry.
But if you really looked at that like it were actually happening, it'd be like, you're a murderer. And, It's
It's like, when John Wick, they come and try to kill him and they kill his dog, and then he goes after all the bad guys, but they're all pure evil. Or whatever, they're henchmen.
That
and
one works because you can detach it.
And then you're like, oh, they all deserve it. But it's more complicated. Like, the dog was killed by accident. Like, some of these guys have kids, and they just work for a boss. And then she's like, you're killing a guy that is like, man, I just get paid to do this. I don't know, you have nothing against you, but my boss wants, it's like,
we're
now
on
you're
the same page.
And it's like, that's the complicated guy.
That's a hell of a comparison.
I took a
An
father.
assassin. Hey man, I got kids. I'm just paid to kill you.
I fully agree with him because I could see a part where I'm sitting there trying to defend myself and get back, and then the guy's like begging for his life, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Well, it's like war gets complicated. Like, yeah, you kill the enemy because the enemy's trying to kill you. But then if you get, like, soldiers have talked about this, where they start looking and they're like, man, they're just getting, like, they're a soldier just like I am.
Exactly.
They're getting put out there to kill the enemy, but they have they're just fighting for their country. Like, they have a family to go home to as well.
They're doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah. And then you start getting into that dichotomy, and then it becomes more complicated than just bad versus evil.
So stick your head in the sand.
Yeah.
Let's don't think about it. Don't talk about it.
I don't like the word dichotomy.
No.
I don't even know what it means.
Yeah,
I use more.
I use a lot of words I don't know either. But when people say dichotomy, I'm like, me? Like I always go like me.
I don't even know why I used it. I was like, this sounds right.
It
But
fell out of your mouth.
You know what? I'm going to stick with it sounds right. I have a voicemail if you want to ping pong a little bit. All right, here we go.
Hey, I just listened to the Friday Free Show, and you were talking about MegaCon. So my son makes a pretty good side hustle, going to MegaCon and getting signatures. I talked to him pretty extensively about it last year, and Carl Weathers was charging like 3-4 times as much as anybody else in the place last year. And he avoided getting his signature because it was so much. I texted him Saturday when I found out if he should have listened. You know.
Is this like a dad?
Oh my God.
Is this a dad calling in to tell us that his son's an idiot because he didn't listen to him? Because he didn't get Carl Weathers' signature at MegaCon? He's like, you should have listened to me.
Well, maybe he couldn't afford it, Dad.
Well, he said that it's his son's side hustle.
Yeah, but he said his was the most expensive, so maybe he got a bunch of little, like, smaller priced autographs, you know?
Do you resell them? How can you resell them?
eBay.
Like, but I can't imagine you're going to get
Facebook
more
groups.
than what you paid, right? The margin there would be.
Yeah, people that can't make it to MegaCon will pay more because they want the sign. They want the autograph.
Now, I do. Now, here's a
weird.
service, if you were weird. Here's a service. How many of these could I do if Sam wanted an autograph from, what's that guy, Remy Malek? Is that the guy from? Okay, he's at MegaCon. I'm making up a story.
Okay.
He's at MegaCon. Sam wants it, but she's already got an event for semantics that day. It's her anniversary party, right? She can't make it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll hit your event early, and then I'll go do it for you. And then she pays, right? Couldn't you do that for people? Like, go get the autographs for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to pay for the admission to MegaCon, which is.
And then,
maybe you were already going.
Yeah.
Now, but how many could you get? Would they make you get back in line? Like, if you wanted Remy Malek and you wanted Remy Malek and I got in line, see, I'm trying to make a business out of this where I'm going to go.
It's per signature, so you could pay for more than one.
Yeah, but can I do it in one shot, or would they make me get back in line?
No, I think you can do it in one because it takes them 5 seconds to do it.
Okay, so I can knock them all out. That's actually not a bad... Kind of going along with those weird hustles that people do on the side to make money that are weird.
Yeah,
going and getting autographs for people that can't make it or
just reselling it.
Like I did have a friend go
EJ
by.
said he did this for someone's wedding.
There was a bookstore up here at the East End Market that NoFX and Fat Mike was at. And I couldn't make it to the signing. So I had a friend swing by and take my book through the line and get it signed. So that's pretty cool, right?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So would it be wrong? How
if you're asking, normally people say,
okay, it is wrong.
But I like these.
How wrong is this? So Daniel asked me to go to some place because his favorite band is let's say NoFX. Or let's just take this example. Yeah. You don't want to go get the autograph from Fat Mike, but you want it.
But I want it.
So I'm like, I'll get it for you, right? But I'm too lazy. So I just have your thing, your album cover or whatever, and I just go online and then look at Fat Mike's signature and just write.
I can do that. I'm really good at that.
And I just copy his signature and then I give it to you, and you're like, yeah, you hang it up, and you're just as happy, but I signed it. But you'll never really know. You're not going to go get it authenticated.
Your whole life is how to scam people.
This is going to surprise you.
No, but
I'm going to surprise you right now, Sam.
Who's the loser here?
This is going to make Sam question why she's here, but I actually agree with you on this one. This one I'm actually okay with.
But you get the enjoyment out of having Fat Mike's signature. It's not real because I did it, but
now,
you don't know that.
Did I pay you like $250?
No, but I get credit for like a nice gift that I got. I'm paying you back for the one we.
Okay.
Wow.
So if Sam wanted like me to get her a Remy Malek autograph.
Yeah. You just copy
and
it.
he's
Fake it.
and he's gonna be over here, and I say, yeah, it's $100 though. And she's like, look, I'll pay the $100. I'm like, thank you. She gives me the 100, and then I do it. That's what makes it extra work.
Yeah.
But I stole from her.
Yeah.
But if you just copy it, because who loses in this?
But what if it does come out?
Better story. I would still argue it's a better story. Say I gave you a better story.
But no one would ever.
Lost
But
a
what if
friend.
it came up with this elaborate story about it, and then you find out it was all a lie?
See that? Well, then if you found out, then it's,
that happens. I have a lot of friends that will tell me these grandiose lies, and then later I'm like, it was all a lie.
Because my family has always told me grandiose stories that ended up being lies.
Yeah, that's your whole life.
And it actually benefited me from the entertainment that all of our listeners got out of it.
It did.
If you think about it. So if it was real, it's kind of a nothing. If if I really was the descendants of the Chisholm Trail, right? It's kind of a nothing. But the fact that I wasn't.
No, but you are a descendant from Barney in Homer's bowling league. Right? You come from a long line of drunk bowlers. We need to get you.
You are Homer.
I totally want to get a shirt with you bowling on it. Like with
somebody morphed Tom into Homer Simpson.
We are like this. It makes more sense for you to like when I first met you. You're like, well, my people. We walked the Chisholm Trail. We were persecuted, and then like to find out that you're no different than all the other bowling people.
Dude, 2 weeks ago, I bowled a 180. I didn't even tell you guys. I went with my mom.
Naturally, with no training.
How good she do?
She didn't bowl because her hands don't work anymore. She can't hold a bowling ball.
You only have limited time left with your hands. You better get to bowling.
Yeah. He's fixing his to come back, and when he comes back, he's going to set the world on fire.
He's robot hands.
I bowled 4 strikes in a row.
What the hell? You're a natural
You're going to be like Kyle Troop. Have you ever seen Kyle Troop?
Like, I could barely hold the bowling ball. It would drop on the floor before, and then it would bowl straight.
You still got a strike.
Dude, you're
4 strikes.
You're
it would
a
drop
modern-day Kyle
Troop. This is ridiculous.
You're a modern-day Kyle Troop. Have you ever seen Kyle Troop?
And then even Crystal was like, I've never seen you bowl this high.
Kyle Troop. You're a modern-day Kyle Troop. He's a young bowling maniac.
I got the turkey after the 3 strikes in a row. My sons were like, "Oh yeah!" They're freaking out. And
they had no idea
that
it's like watching Barry Sanders just run with a ball in his hand. Sorry, it's going to be better than you just because it's in the blood.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Let me get an intro for
sure.
Thursday and Monday.
Dude, that's actually
Jennifer sent me.
That's great for never bowling, and you just pop out at like close to 200.
Look at this. She sent me the. You're 181.
You're born to bowl. That's awesome.
From Aloma Bowl.
That's fantastic. All right, where does that go? Friday 2. And you need one intro?
And the thing is, I hate
No,
bowling.
we should do tonight's and Mondays.
Okay.
And then I can just go ahead and give Casey Monday.
I've never liked bowling.
Can I borrow your pencil for 1 second?
Yep.
What did we do for Friday?
So tonight, well, we haven't finished Friday. So tonight, we talk about
Thursday,
flushing the ghost, the pregnant Stingray, and Dana White walking off Howie Mandel's podcast. Okay. And then Monday, the first half we talk about President's Day and weird president facts. We talk to BMO, and then Tom's a natural born bowler.
Okay.
I got something for the first one.
All right. Here we go. And 3, 2.
Hey, I went to the bathroom and I flushed the toilet, and a puff of weed smoke came puffing out of the hole.
Yeah, I've been blowing my weed smoke down there. So until that thing airs out, it's going to be puff crazy for a little while.
How much
Don't
weed?
inhale it.
It's a lot of weed.
And then President's Facts and BMO. Yes.
I got something.
3, 2.
Hey, it's President's Day today.
Yeah, what's that mean?
So
what do we do?
Well, banks are closed and schools are off.
Oh, great. So Truist can get work.
Yeah, we could talk about presidents today.
Yeah, I love President Facts. Just trying to mean to Truist at all times. Because I know bad at what they do.
Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dave. Tom and Dan and Sam talk about flushing ghosts. And we talk about the infamous pregnant Stingray. And here they are, the Jack and Bendy of radio, Tom and Dan. Tonight on a Cooper Tie with Tom and Dan, Tom and Dan give you some presidential facts. Hey, friends of the show, BMO stop by. And here they are, the mandolin and dobro of radio, Tom and Dan.
All right. Have a great rest of your day, and I guess we'll see you back on Facebook